How's everybody doing? This is Yanko Maceda. And we're going to talk about momentum. Momentum. There's a lot of momentum in my life. There's a lot of momentum in Tabanero Cigars. At this moment, momentum in Tabanero Cigars. I'm going to light up a Churchill, Connecticut, U.S. Connecticut, and fillers Nicaragua, mostly Nicaragua. Churchill, Connecticut, with mostly filler Nicaraguas from Jalapa, really sweet, Condega, good strength, but also sweet, and Umetepe. Umetepe, they give the amazing aroma, Umetepe. All natural tobacco smells. We don't put anything on the water when fermenting tobacco. It's all natural tobacco. Woo! This month has been a really stressful month for myself, in my head, because I've been putting together the cigar box shop in Nicaragua. And it's pretty easy when you're in your comfort zone, after you make the decision to get started, because you're in your comfort zone. It's easy to go to Home Depot. It's easy to jump on your phone and do some research for anything that you need. When you're putting things together, you're missing this. You go home, you sleep, next morning you go and buy whatever you need. When you're in a foreign country that you don't know where's the closest hardware, I'm telling you, it's a lot different. You get out of your comfort zone. So I've been, for the last month, trying to figure out everything that I need to put in that shipping container to send to Nicaragua, and more than what I need. So when I'm putting things together, if I'm missing anything, I go, well, I brought this extra. I brought this, I brought screws, I brought seals, tight, anything that you can think. Lucky enough, the space that we got in Nicaragua, it has a lot of the electrical already done. We just got to add 220, and a lot of the electrical is already done. So why momentum? Why momentum? Because in my mind, I'm thinking, I'm watching myself succeeding. I'm watching myself already done. Looking back, I'm saying, wow, I did it. It came out beautiful. It came out even better than one here in the U.S. because the box shop in the U.S., since day one, I always had the sense that it was going to be temporary. It was going to be temporary for 5 years. Well, temporary for 2 years, 3 years, 5 years maximum. And I think we're going to be turning 5 years now that I'm making the box shop in Nicaragua. Why I always thought it was going to be temporary in the U.S. because I knew that the more our brand will grow, it will be difficult to find more people to do boxes in the U.S., and they will be really expensive boxes. So I knew at some point the box shop was going to go to Nicaragua. I thought about 2 years, 3 years. Well, it's been 3 years. It's been 5 years, and now we're taking the box shop to Nicaragua. So, momentum, because after I see the shop already finished in my head, I feel a little bit at ease. I feel a little bit at ease because I'll be flying to Nicaragua every month, at least a week, 2 weeks, until I get the shop done. When the shop is done, or while I'm getting the shop done, I should start interviewing people for the job. Well, there's no secret. There's no secret that I plan myself to have an entire year in Nicaragua to put the box shop together. In a sense that we make many boxes right here in the U.S. So if it ever takes longer in Nicaragua, we got plenty of boxes for a regular yearly sale. That's not taking into consideration that we're going to Vegas this year. I don't know, probably we sell 5,000 cigars or we sell 500,000 cigars. We'll see in Vegas. That can put pressure on us when it comes to making boxes. I so we left. We given us room for an entire year in Nicaragua to put everything together. Everyone that I bump into in Nicaragua and they ask me, why are you coming here to do your boxes? And would it be easier to have someone in here to make the boxes? I kind of feel that they're a little bit territorial. They, in their mind, they go, we already made it. We already here in Nicaragua. We don't need anybody else. There's already plenty of cigar box shops in here. We don't need another one. I guess that's what they're saying in their mind. Completely opposite to what I'm seeing in there, like Drew State. Drew State needs at least 5 different box shops to keep up with their demand, with the amount of boxes they need. So I guess there's room for another box shop, even that I'm thinking that my beginnings is just to make my cigars, my cigar boxes. I'm not, in the beginning, I'm not really about making other people boxes. For now, it's just my cigar boxes. I already spent, I would say $15,000 buying equipment, parts, table saw, a lot of stuff, exhaust fans, filters, spray guns, glue dispensing, a lot of the stuff that we use here, but multiplied by 4. Like we will have 8 people working in the shop assembling boxes. We're not going to start with 8 people, but we're going to put a container to go down there. So let's go ahead and send anything that is needed when we need to bump up production. So from last month that we rent the space, I count a year. That my goal is this year. Well, less than a year. This year to get it done, to have the box shop going already in Nicaragua, making our boxes. Everyone was asking me, some of my friends was asking me, are you gonna do the same box as you're doing right here? They look beautiful. I said, well, if I do the same boxes I'm making right here in the US, I would feel that after I put so much work into and energy to starting a box shop, a new box shop in Nicaragua, and just doing the same boxes, I would do the same type of box, but I want to implement more things into the box that makes it more unique and easy to do. Nothing complicated, but just, step up a little bit. Yes, there's a few people worry in Nicaragua about the box shop because the people, they know a little bit about laser. Yes. We're taking a break.
Thank you very much. You're welcome. When he was a young boy, I need to say, go past that page and then it'll give you a line.
We're taking a break to have some coffee.
Cuba. When he was a young boy in Cuba, he never had the bicycle he wanted.
Because coffee is needed for the energy, for things to.
Take the leather off of it. And he rides it up and down.
That's cool boy.
In a three-piece suit with a derby.
I got 2 places on Southern Town. I'm going to Tallahassee.
Taba Brew for me and Jude is roasted by Naviera Coffee Mill.
I haven't eaten to celebrate my 10 years here last birthday, last spring.
Qué cafetazo, qué cafetazo. Amazing. So with the few conversations that I've been present in Nicaragua, I totally understand. People from Cuba, people from Miami, they arrived there 20 years ago, and because nobody else has gone down there, or not that many people has gone down there to compete, jeopardize whatever they're doing. They haven't felt that pressure. They believe that everybody that needs to be in Estelí, Nicaragua, is already there. They don't need anybody else. But a big issue
Yeah, one of these days. Well,
Thank you, Paul. I
All right,
changed it
take
up a little
care.
bit. My son gave me this suit.
Enjoy your family.
I think we're
Thank
using
you.
the same
Always.
size. And my son said, Dad, I'm gonna buy you a suit, see how it fits. Well, I'm using my son's suit. Well, it's my suit, but my son gave it to me. It's his size, so that's good. That's good when I'm able to use his. I don't want him buying me suits to later on use the suit. My son is I'm really proud of him. I'm really proud. So it's challenging. It's challenging because I'm going to a new country. We order a little small truck. Suppose it's going to be ready by the end of this month. It's going to arrive by the end of this month. It's a really cute Kia truck. It's like the head of the truck and with a flatbed, Latin America style. Of course, it's chick shift. So I'm going to start becoming more free on my own in Esteli, driving myself, going around, going to the paint store, getting to know people. I need to get someone to supply with the cedar. I haven't been able to find someone to do cedar. Everybody's been telling me use okume. It's a lot cheaper and it looks like it. It looks like it, but it doesn't smell like cedar. And when you open my boxes, you are 4 feet, 5 feet away from the box, and you can smell the cedar. And I love it. I think it protects the cigar, so I would do the impossible to keep doing cedar on our cigar boxes. What people are concerned is this is new technology, this box shop. That's why I call this time that we're gaining momentum, because I had a hard time sending the plywood. The plywood is already in Nicaragua. It's already out of customs. It's going to be a really expensive plywood because the amount of money that I pay not knowing how to do it. I had to pay to send the plywood to Miami, send it to agriculture, send it back to the same warehouse, send it to Nicaragua, pay someone so I can use his free duty zone. So it's going to be a really expensive plywood. It probably make no sense to do boxes without plywood to someone else. But where do I start? I have to start somewhere. And that's where people get caught up. When people try to see the whole map on their mind, how to start, they never start because it's impossible for someone that doesn't have the experience to see the whole roadmap. You need to start. I knew the plywood was going to be expensive, sending it that way, buying plywood in the U.S. At the moment, the situation is right now, everything is scarce. I said, I have to. I have the money. Let's go ahead and send the plywood and find out how many things we're going to bump into it. Now we're putting a container together, and someone has been telling me that we are good, that we can put as many equipment, we can put as many stuff inside of that container, no food, no chemicals. Anything else I can put in there. I'm praying that is through, that is reality, because I'm already at $6,000 on stuff that I've been buying on Amazon for the shop, and around another $8,000 on equipment. So I'm around $15,000 to send on that container, and that's without counting the laser machine. The laser machine with all the import fees, because it's a bigger laser machine, is $25,000. So between rent of the space, between the month it's going to take me to start working to make the first box, I think we're going to be at least $60,000 to $80,000 to start that box shop in Esteli. For someone as small like me, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. But I needed to start somewhere. Momentum. I haven't started yet, and I was at home last night having a great time with my friend Mark Lange and his wife. And Mark said, he's a salesperson for for a carton packaging company, and he usually meets with all the buyers from different cigar factories, and he said, let's go ahead and send some of your boxes to Will at Drew State, the buyer from Drew State, because Drew State is buying cigar boxes from 5 different companies. So you see the momentum? I'm here having a hard time seeing the box shop put together, I've been really stressed. My wife says that I gotta slow down in my mind. I sit down. I sit down to watch my kids watching cartoons, because that's what I do when I sit by the TV. They own that TV. That's their TV. So I just, when I get to work and they still up, they haven't gone to sleep, the days that I go home early, I just sit down and watch my kids and try to talk to them. For the last, I don't know, 3, 4 nights, 7 p.m., I'm already out. I'm like, and it's nothing physically, it's my head going 300 miles an hour. 300 miles an hour, putting things together, asking myself, okay, after I spend all this money and I put all these things together, I can do my boxes in a week. The boxes that we need for Tabanero, I can do it in a week. What do I do after I spend all that money? Do I'm going to get a new client? Do I'm going to get another customer to do boxes? So there's many things in my head that, when it comes to the things that I've done before, I don't know if it was the same way as stressful. And then when I took the chance to jump in, and then little by little I saw how things were moving, I gained some trust. When you open a cigar shop and you see customers start coming in through the door, you already see that there's some hope that you're going to make enough sales to pay your rent. Well, this is a commercial space that nobody's going to walk in. It's, it's not like people or customers going to be coming into a box shop. And I don't really know that many people in the industry. I know some key players that they can come in and say, okay, make me 100,000 boxes. It can happen, but it's not 100% sure. They're already committed with other box shops. So there's many things going through my head, but I'm trying to see it as momentum. I try to see it as a momentum, because yes, there's fears that I fight with it every day about this step of opening a box shop. And I guess because I bought so many things already, I see myself already taking a break, going on vacation because a box shop is already done, and getting on the next chapter. And everybody knows around me that the next chapter is opening more cigar shops. And Mark's wife asked me yesterday, what is my goal? How much money I want to have and how long. And I said, Rachel, it has nothing to do with money. You asked me, and I know you need to have in your mind exactly the amount of money that you are expecting. Well, every time someone really asks me the number, I go, well, the next one is 60 millions a year. So I want to have an enterprise that it will sell 60 millions a year. But that's the next step. I can do that, and I don't know, in a matter of 5 years, I can make this enterprise to do $60 million a year. I've seen it already happen in Nicaragua. I've seen it happen by other people just like me. So that can happen in 5 years. But it's not about those $60 million. It's not about money. It's about doing something completely different that I have done. And I think it has to do a lot with my box shop. I admire Elon Musk. He's the biggest inspiration for me when it comes to manufacturing technology. And I never think about how much money he makes. I learn about the money that he makes because people say it. People around me go, wow, now Elon is the wealthiest person in the world. He's a lot wealthier now than Jeff Bezos. And I go, oh, okay, oh, wow. But that's not really what I admire of the guy, his money. It's the things, how he think out of the box, how he didn't came from the automotive industry, and he has conquered the industry. Everybody's chasing him to be like him, and he's like 5 years ahead. Those are the things that I admire from him. I'm a new guy in this industry. I've been 10 years with a cigar shop, but when it comes to wholesale, when it comes to manufacturing, I'm a new guy in this industry. So I have a strong desire to do things that 10 years later, 20 years later, when someone says, who started with this idea? Who came up with this idea? Oh, Mr. Macera. That's what I'm aiming for. That's what I'm aiming for. It has nothing to do with money. I want to do a new concept of cigar lounges, true cigar lounges. I want to have a new concept of packaging. Don't go away from wood. Don't go away from something beautiful, but don't push so much energy into making beautiful packaging. Just adding a little bit of technology. That's where I'm aiming for. That's what I'm looking for. That's what I dream of. That's sometimes not sometimes, every night I wake up to go to the bathroom. 4 a.m. is usually 4:30. And I got to check myself, because as soon as I open my eyes, I realize that I've been dreaming with the same thing. I'm going, oh, well, for the 12-inch exhaust fans, I got to do. And I'm going, Yanko, you are asleep. You're going to the bathroom and you're going back to sleep. Stop! Because I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed to bringing this industry to another level. And when it comes to cigar lounges, I take it serious. I take it serious because last night I asked Mark, how much will you pay? How much will you pay for a membership, a monthly membership, that you can go on your phone and reserve tomorrow, like when you go to get your haircut, reserve for tomorrow an hour and a half, that's what usually a cigar lasts, a little cubicle with a little couch, coffee table, sound, good exhaust fan, but it's your place. You can see everybody outside, but your glasses are tinted. Nobody can see you inside. In a place that you don't hear anybody else's noise. Think of co-op work space. And he said, what is that? That's the places that you go and you rent a space for your office. Oh, so that happened after COVID-19? I said, no, that was before COVID. People already, they don't want the real estate. They just want to rent a little space. Well, I never stop thinking how I can bring a cigar lounge to another level. And why not to also add that co-op space, a nicer space, clean, that you can scan with your phone, the doors opens, you come in, you sit down, and it's just you. Just you. You don't want to talk to nobody. It's time with you, time to reflect, time to be away from the TV, phone. Because in here in Florida, that nice weather to do it outside, it doesn't last for too long. So pretty soon it's going to be pretty hot. So think about lounges that have that space. The issue that we're having right now with cigar lounges, they call themselves cigar lounges, and when you go in, it's really a cigar bar. I don't have anything wrong about cigar bar. I don't have anything wrong with people going to dinner on shorts, on basketball shorts, and a LeBron James T-shirt. I don't have anything against that. I'm okay with that. I think it even looks good on people to be dressing in sport casual every day. God bless you. I think we should save a little bit of space for people like me, that we like to dress up, that we don't like noise, that we don't like sharing, we design time for every occasion. I'm gonna go with my son to his soccer game. I will put my Nikes, my basketball short, my T-shirt. I'm not gonna go like this to his soccer game. I want to see a game. I go to a sport bar that they allow cigars, and I light up my cigars, and with other friends, I watch the game. But if I really want to smoke a cigar and enjoy the way it's supposed to, I want to go to a place that all I hear is the background music and all the people's, gentle conversation. That's, to me, what a cigar lounge is.
Hello. How y'all doing? Welcome.
How you guys? And Mark was asking me yesterday, because Mark, he comes around Ybor a lot, and Mark was saying, how do you accomplish people not using the space as a bar, not having really loud people in the shop? How you accomplish that? Because everywhere in Ybor, that you go for cigars is that bar scenery, that you know, the TVs, the music, this and that. How you accomplish to give that image that you come here to enjoy a cigar. I say, how do we project ourselves? You know, how we dress, how the customer service. We really believe in customer service. Everybody in here understands that we are here on earth to serve others. Don't get confused. You're not here, it's not about you. You're not on earth about you. You have dreams to fulfill. You want things that you want to attain. But after you taste it, after you get it done, it's done. It doesn't taste the same way anymore. So if you really pay attention while you're trying to attain all those goals in the road, on the journey that you're doing, that you're serving others. That's all you're doing, serving others. Doesn't matter what you do, you're serving others. So be conscious that you're here on earth to serve others. So do with the best of you. That's what we do here. Everyone in here understands that we're here to serve others. And that amount of customer service, it has a price. It has a price. And that's how we separate ourselves from the rest. We don't have full liquor. We don't have TVs. We don't even have Wi-Fi. We don't offer Wi-Fi. You don't come here to be on my Wi-Fi. You come here to have a conversation, to relax, to connect your thoughts. There's no need of Wi-Fi. There's no Wi-Fi free sign anywhere here. I'm even thinking about making a sign, no Wi-Fi, talk to each other. So people understand what we are all about. So there's momentum. We did some changes in the shop. We raised the beer. We raised the wine. Karen was scared, afraid that we were not going to sell any more beer or wine. People still buying wine and beer. $15 a beer, $15 a glass of wine. The people that come here to enjoy a cigar, they don't have any problem paying $15 for a glass of beer because they didn't come to drink beer. They come here to enjoy one cigar and a beer. Now, people that used to come here really liked the space and they were thinking about sitting down and having 6, 7 beers. Now they're thinking about it because they're $15 a beer. So there's momentum. Things are gaining momentum. We're doing changes here. We're doing changes in Nicaragua by putting a box shop. And don't blind yourself out. A huge part of success is constantly changing. Cigars, the cigar's always going to be changing. My cigar's always going to be changing, but not changing the blend, not changing the size, just changing to a more elevated palate to get it better and better and better. There's no way that if you keep fermenting for a longer period of time tobaccos, you're going to get the same tobacco that you got last year. Every year you will get a better cigar because we're doing better work when it comes to the tobaccos. So everything in business is about continuing changing. Someone made a comment for Cigar Talk. They made a comment saying that he started smoking the Robusto Connecticut because of him, because of Rob from Cigar Talk, and he was saying, "What such a small cigar with so much flavor, the Robusto Connecticut," and that was intentionally. I said, I just don't want to do a Robusto Connecticut. That's the cigar that I smoke usually at the beginning of the day. So I want to do a Robusto Connecticut that when people light up thinking it's just a Connecticut, they will roll their eyes and go, wow, I wasn't expecting this from Robusto Connecticut. Guys, momentum. I'm going to Nicaragua on the 19th. I'm going to I'm going to be there for 2 weeks. I'll be working on the box shop. Even that I don't have any equipment yet in there, I think the plywood is going to be there. But with data sheets of the equipment that I bought on Amazon and other websites, with those data sheets on my phone, I'll be doing air conducts. I'll be doing many different things pre-work. So when the equipment shows, it's just installing. We need to finish the electrical, the 240, because we want to do another electrical box on the second floor, and at least 4 220 outlets at the bottom and 4 at the top, of course with independent breakers. And the electrical guy that everybody's been recommending in Esteli because I guess he's really good. He is pretty busy, pretty busy. I was pointing to have the electrical done before I get to Nicaragua, but who knows? We got one more week, and the guy hasn't really moved on, even to send me a price. So I don't know if I'll have to be chasing someone else in Nicaragua to do electrical, or I will have to do it myself. We'll see. I'm ready for the challenge. I love to do electrical. I don't like plumbing, but well, I don't like sewer. I don't like sewer. I'm okay doing water plumbing, but sewer I don't like it because the whole, level and this and that and so many inches on by feet. No, not me. That will give me a headache. But electrical, I love it. I love to do electrical because it's kind of like dealing with hot sauce. If you touch a live wire, you learn that moment that something was wrong. So I'm really careful about working with electrical, and I like it. I've done a few boxes, and when I finish, I go, wow, I did that myself. So, and I have someone at my disposal on my phone, like Henry Ford. Henry Ford didn't know anything, didn't know everything, but he had a phone with a few numbers, and if he didn't know about hydraulics, he would press that number and call the guy for hydraulics. I kind of have those numbers too. When it comes to electrical, plumbing, air conditioning, I just press a number and someone will pick up the phone and say, Yanko, how are you? What do you need? And I say, well, how do I do this? Okay, here, do this. Oh, they send me a video. And that feels great. That feels great because I can do almost anything. All I have to do is learn welding. But we got time. I'm only 43. I'm going to be here on Earth for 120 years, so I got time to learn how to weld. Guys,
How are you?
so the 19th, I'll be in Nicaragua for 2 weeks. I always enjoy it. Mark asked me yesterday, do you really like Esteli? And I said, well, I don't know because I don't go out a lot in Esteli. I can tell you that I like the industry. I'm in love with the industry in Esteli. We'll see when I take my family to Esteli, see what they say, if they like it. And if we all as a family start falling in love with Esteli, and I guess that will kind of allow myself to fall in love with Esteli. So far right now it's business. It's business, it's an industry, it's tobacco. When I go to the tobacco fields, the feeling I get when I'm in the tobacco field, and most of the time that I go to the tobacco field, it's hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, take some pictures, hurry up and go. I've been asking Raymond, can we take some camping chairs, beach chair, and just sit in front of the tobacco field, light up a cigar, and enjoy the view. It hasn't happened yet, but I can't wait to do it. Light up cigars, drink some coffee, rum in front of the tobacco field, so we can communicate with that tobacco field, talk to the tobacco field, and tell the tobacco field what we are expecting from that tobacco field. And also show appreciation for that tobacco field. So guys, I will see you next Sunday. We are experimenting momentum, because in my head I have planned the whole infrastructure. I feel more at ease. My wife said that I'm already back because I guess I already finished it in my head. I think I ordered everything that I need. Whatever I've been missing, I think I'll be able to find it in Nicaragua and Esteli. And now how I'm programming my mind is finding the right people to start making a little bit of boxes, not that many boxes, see how they feel, how they like to work with me, and start scaling. We did some numbers, and supposedly with 15 individuals, we can do 1,000 boxes a day. A regular cigar box factory in Nicaragua, they need 60 to 100 people to be able to do 1,000 boxes a day, depending how complicated is the box. The boxes that you see in front of us right now, we can do 1,000 with 15 persons working in the shop. Guys, thank you very much. Please, always when you think of Tabanero, remember that we are here to serve you guys with the best of us. And in here, we'll believe me, we'll believe in the enjoyment of craftsmanship. If you learn how to do it, you can stop time. At that moment, you start reflecting on life. And when you reflect in life, you go back, check your past for a little bit. Don't stay on your past for too long. Come back, and you start planning the future ahead. Guys, thank you very much. I love you guys, and I will see you next Sunday.